We are right back. This is Turning the Mirror podcast right at DMP Kenya. And today is a very special day. It's an anniversary of June 2024. This is a revolution coming right today. What do you expect, Kwach?
Ruto is going home.
Okay.
Ruto is going home. In fact, we are forming a new government. And it is not going to be business as usual. Because one, the government is kind of playing some serious games, which might as well land them into problems.
Before Ruto goes home, how many thousands of people do we expect in Nairobi CBD today marching to State House?
You know, there are several groups which will be in Nairobi.
Okay.
That is why I'm telling you that the government of the day or some of those people who are in authority are also playing some games which might in the end play against them.
Okay.
Remember, we have the Gen Z. And when I say the Gen Z, this is a group of both young people and old people. It is not only the bracket, the age group of the
Gen Z. Who are
Gen Z.
sharing some political ideology and belief.
Very true.
Revolutionaries.
In this case, the Gen Z, the group that is going out tomorrow in the name of Gen Z, are not the age group, the young people only. It is both the young and the old. People, both employed and unemployed, who are sharing the same ideology. That is one powerful group which is going to be the majority in town.
And the goal is Ruto must go home and
home.
we need a new Kenya.
Yes.
Okay.
Another group which is going to be in town is, of course, the security enforcers.
Okay.
We are going to have the police. We are going to have even those from the special units. We expect the DCI. Both in plain clothes and even the officers in uniform.
But DCI is allowed to be in plain clothes.
Yes, in as much as the High Court said and actually declared the police officers who are operating in plain clothes unconstitutional. Because anyway, before you are arrested, they need to identify themselves.
Yeah, sure.
We even saw the last week's protest. We saw the young people, Gen Z, actually commanding the police officers to go back and put on uniforms before they could come back. And the third group, which we are also expecting in town.
KDF, will it be part of that group?
Not likely, but we cannot rule out the possibility.
Okay.
The third group, which are also going to be in town, are of course the goons. And when we talk about the goons, you remember yesterday and even the day before yesterday.
Okay.
Kamket, a member of parliament, spoke and he was talking about people from Pokot being ferried to Nairobi to protect the government.
You can't really call them goons. You should be calling them bandits. Right? In the CBD tomorrow.
Maybe some of them we can call goons because maybe some of them are just innocent citizens who have been paid to come and cause mayhem. But then some might as well be bandits. And if in case they bring about bandits in town, or even these goons, you know how things work. In most of these protests, if you bring a goon to a peaceful protest, they'll first of all dominate for some time because then they'll be having crude weapons, maybe supported by the police, as what we saw happening last week when the police were escorting them, actually even protecting them. But now, today's business is not usual.
Okay.
And remember, people will keep streaming into town minute by minute.
Yeah.
And the moment these goons will be outnumbered, it will be now a bad show for the government because even the goons themselves will in the end join the protesters. Not as people who are fighting against the protesters, but they'll join the protesters to fight both the police and the government itself.
Yeah, that's true. You know, there is a book that it was a book we read back in high school. It was called Kigogo. And I remember in this group there was a revolution led by young people, and it was led by this young lady called Tunu. I remember Tunu, she was leading these protests, and the people, the police brutality and everything that is happening right now was happening then. And the D-Day, when it arrived, the big revolution when it came about, the police themselves and even the goons of the government of the day, after they saw that they had killed and they could not kill anymore, they recalled, we are one with these people and we are fighting for a common future for us and for our children. They joined the protesters and a revolution occurred and the government of the day fell down.
So you see, that is likely to happen. And in the event that happens, then we will see a possibility of the KDF coming in. Because then Ruto as the commander-in-chief.
Yeah, sure.
And also being very close to the CDF Kahariri.
Yeah, that's true.
They'll use their powers now to maybe bring KDF on board. And remember KDF with their training, out there they protect the flag, they protect the people of Kenya, they protect the country and its citizens. So in short, they cannot kill innocent citizens. In as much as if they come to town, it will be even advantageous. Because where they are, the police cannot throw tear gas. And so it means people will be moving with them one by one. So if at all it reaches that point, then the KDF might as well join the teams in town. And remember, this thing is not only happening in Nairobi. And therefore, there are high chances that the police will be overwhelmed if at all they try causing chaos, because anyway protests are always very peaceful until the police decide to make it chaotic.
The State House is a very protected area.
That is
the
true.
Most protected area on the land.
But it is a property of the Kenyan
people. But it's also, according to the laws of Kenya, it's very protected. But on this case, we can't question that, because it is the people who will decide. It is ours, and this is what we decide with it.
You see, if people turn out, which is going to happen across the country, so it means the police officers are going to be kept very busy.
Leave alone across the country. That is not even it will not help. We are focusing on where Ruto will be.
Actually, I'm telling you
one thing. That's why we are going to take power itself.
If you bring all the police officers to Nairobi, maybe you might start talking about road to some level. They might try controlling.
That's true.
But now in this case, Kimbi will be across the country, and therefore police officers will be busy across the country. And so the few who will be in Nairobi will as well be overwhelmed. Because remember, the biggest population in Nairobi and even across the country is the young population.
Yeah, that's true.
This young population, you can see that they are very ready for anything. Yesterday, the young people were even recording videos, writing scripts, posting their own ideologies. That if I die, ABCD must happen. Actually, we even saw some trying to talk to the public that if I die, if my parents are given 2 million, please don't steal from them. You see?
That's quite funny.
So chances are that if today we push, because anyway, even we are going out there.
Of course, I'll be. In fact, part of the forefront team.
Yes.
I'll be there.
Wonderful.
Expect me.
So if we don't, if we try pushing, but then we don't make it to the State House today, then it means we are going to have Kimbi and a very busy country for the next period. Like, it's not ending today. It will be today, tomorrow, until we get Kasongo out of
I'm so worried that if in case somebody gets to die even tomorrow and we don't achieve our goal, then it will mean there will not be peace in this country till this government falls.
Any death of a single protester,
even being harmed, like just
a single police
injury,
brutality,
of course,
will cause chaos.
Even an arrest,
yes,
of course,
will cause chaos. And then you see the police themselves. It's like maybe the government of the day doesn't learn. Because you see, even after what had happened in police cells, we still saw some other guys again still dying in police custody.
Yeah, it's so bad.
And even this young man who purportedly, allegedly posted our good program of the day is already missing. And you see, that alone is fueling rage.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is that the same program we will be using tomorrow? Or
have you seen any other program apart from that?
But that program, it is so early, like things are ending by 2. You know, we must also enjoy mandamano and tear gas, that movement, your chaos.
But we
can't just really do mandamano, then things end like that.
But we can start enjoying tear gas as early as 8. Yeah, you see, today as early as 8 we can start enjoying tear gas, because then the more we engage them early enough, the easier it becomes, because tear gas will end. They'll bring the water cannons. We'll even ensure that maybe we we see how we demobilize those cannons.
But there is also this one thing that I learned from Malcolm X, the late. This is how he described revolutions. And when he said that we are going for some front, what we want to achieve, we will get it by any means necessary.
Yes.
It doesn't mean if we try this way, then it doesn't come with this program. We'll be doing anything possible to get us there.
Yes.
And to let us achieve what we really need to achieve.
And then from the president's speech,
yeah,
you could see that he's a shaken man.
Of course, yeah.
If you look at how even the government bloggers are trying to sell fear, and you see it, we don't
the
care.
list.
That is the list. And if you look at how the government bloggers are trying out there, and even trying to brand a few individuals as sponsors of this, I don't really think if you've gotten anything. So far, maybe, have you been paid to go out there in the next 1 hour?
There is nothing. In fact, if somebody pays me, even the government itself, if I'm given millions, I'll get it into bags, nipeleke kwa nyumba, then I get still to the status. Yeah.
So they are trying to brand some individuals and even organizations as the main sponsors for these protests. When in real sense, even the families of those innocent Kenyans who were killed during the last protest in June and July 2024, those who went missing and even those who have died this year have all promised to come out and we are going to work together. So I wonder who will pay a mother whose child was shot dead by a police to come out and celebrate the life of that child.
And also, again, another thing, I don't really think Ruto should be worried as he's worried because, some people, yes, we hate this government so much. And it is the government that is also accelerating our anger and leading us to where we are getting to. And I say they are doing quite a good job for doing that. And because I don't see it's about Ruto. Yes, it was somehow about Ruto, but it has gone to an extent. This is now for Kenya, a revolution itself.
Yes.
We want to change the whole course,
the whole spectrum,
the whole system. We want it changed.
Yes.
It is not just because of Ruto. It is not just because of any political leader in Kenya.
Do you know that Ruto is a joker?
Yeah.
Because during the last protests, we were rejecting the finance bill. And we even told him to dissolve the cabinet. He did... of course, throw away the finance bill, dissolve the cabinet, leaving Mudavadi to serve in all the ministries. But then later, after things cooled down, the man still decided to return over 50% of those he sent home to that very cabinet, and even awarded those he sent home and never came back to the cabinet with some parastatal jobs. And actually, he made sure that these people got jobs. And Ruto is a very cunning man. But then what I can say is that for sure, we are going to be very peaceful. That is true. We are going to be very peaceful. But a goon who comes with a weapon, we will not be peaceful.
That the casualties will be having
tomorrow. We will not be peaceful to them.
Yeah.
A police who comes and shoots at us or throws a tear gas without a reason. Like somebody who just decides to cause chaos. We are not going to be peaceful.
We fear not even a gun.
Yes. So our main problem is... we are actually covered by the Constitution. And we are going to do it according to the stipulations of the Constitution. So the problem is you cannot be beaten, almost dying, and then fail to retaliate. So it is only when provoked, what the police officers have always been doing, that is when things will turn chaotic.
One thing for sure, history is being written and we are writing a new history. This can even be called the second independence for Kenya because this is actually a real revolution. We need things to change in the country.
Calling off the old politics, the old way of politics, the old way of governance, and bringing everything now to the people. And therefore, I'm quite sure that the government we are going to form today, or a day after today, is going to be people-based and doing everything just the right way and according to how the Constitution wants everything to be done. Yes.
There is something, I just have it in my mind. I know how I'll do it. We'll get to the State House tomorrow. After getting to the State House, then we chase Ruto out. And everything that we are going to do, let us not expose that to them, to the outside world.
The only problem...
And what you must know...
The food, ile parliament.
What you people...
So leo wasiweke pilipili.
What you people must know, I'm very ready. I know how I'll handle the instruments of power. how I'll play around with them, what will come next. So you people should not be worried.
Personally, I don't love a pill. Pilipili kuna venye wananichanganya kidogo. Okay. So when they are cooking, we kindly advise the cooks at State House to make sure they balance. There are those who love pilipili, there are those who don't love. So they balance so that we have variety. So when we get there, at least we can eat, because it will be a tiresome journey. So when we get there, we'll be very tired and very hungry.
Yeah, sure.
So if we get there, we can eat. And then I can as well advise my young people, my fellow young people, that we agreed we are working with a flag, water, and phone. The fourth thing that I'd love us to add, those who are Muslims, please carry Quran. Those who are Christians, carry a Bible. Because once we remove this regime, we are going to swear in. We are actually going to swear in
the people themselves. Everybody will be swearing to be committed to the country, to build a future for us, be responsible citizens.
Yes.
Viva comrades.
Viva comrades.
And this conversation is not stopping right here. Let's keep the conversation in the comment section and keep coming back to DMP Kenya. Subscribe, like this video, share with friends and family and everybody that you can get access to. We'll be continuing with different conversations. It's good we connect and we share our thoughts and opinions of the people of Kenya. Revolutionaries, viva!
Viva!
This is Owot Kaboko.
And quite myself.
Thank you.